Hi guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you're having a wonderful day. Are y'all ready to make that super sweet mini album that I gave you the sneak peek on? Stay tuned. So here it is. This is that adorable little mini album that I gave you guys the sneak peek on yesterday, and we did a flip through, and I told you just how easy it was to make this and quick. And now I'm going to show you how easy and quick it is to make albums like this. This is not hard. There's a lot of mystery around making albums or mini albums. And guys, we are going to totally demystify that. We are going to simplify this process, and you guys are going to be kicking out mini albums in no time. So let's get started. So to make our mini outer, we need 2 pieces of 8x8 paper. And we are going to join those 2 pieces of paper together. So I am using a strip of 1/2 inch tape. You can use glue here if you want. Either one will work. And I'm going to remove this, and then I'll take my second 8x8 piece, and I am simply going to line it up with the glue strip or the tape strip that I put down. And there we've got our paper joined together, and now it's wide enough for us to be able to place our chipboard down. So I'm going to bring in the chipboard and show you exactly what you need. You need 1 piece that measures 1.5 by 6, and you need 2 pieces that measure 5 by 6. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the tape from these, and I would suggest that you use tape and not glue, because glue might warp on such a large board. So I'm going to remove the tape, and then I'll be right back, because you guys don't need to watch me do this. Okay, so the tape is off of my chipboard, and the first thing that I want to do is I want to place my spine piece. And I am going to take the spine piece, and where I joined the 2 pieces together, and I'm going to bring this closer so you can see what I'm talking about. There is my seam. So when I lay this down on the other side, I want to lay it down so that the seam is going right through the middle of the chipboard, so that it is totally centered on the back of my board. So all I'm doing is filling for that seam, and I am going to place this down just like that. And then I'll come back with my other piece of chipboard, and because I'm using a thick paper, I am going to give myself a little bit more than 1/8 inch. And one of the reasons why I'm doing this is because it will help to reduce cracking at the spine area. And then another thing that helps to reduce cracking is just making sure that you have a good quality paper. Cracking will happen with any paper, but when you have a good quality paper, sometimes you can massage it enough so that the cracking won't happen. Alright, so we've got that like that, and now what I want to do is I want to come back, and I am just going to remove excess paper from wherever it is on this section here. So I am just removing some of this. And then once I have it like this, I am going to bring it up, and I'm going to very gently start folding it, because when the cracking happens on your spine, if you've had to join 2 pieces of paper the way that I did, that's usually where you're going to see some immediate cracking. So I'm just going to take this and very gently lay it down just like that, and then I'm going to stand it up, and then I'm just going to take my paper and bend it just a little I'm not going to force it down. I'm just going to bend it and massage it down so I can offset some of the desire of this paper to want to resist and crack. And then you can also come back with your bone folder after you've done that and just go along the edges here. And what we're trying to do is loosen up the fibers, and the more you do this, the more you're going to loosen those fibers, and hopefully the less you'll see in cracking. So then when we're ready to put our tape down, I'm just going to very gently fold it. So now I'm going to take my tape, and I am going to put tape just around the outer perimeter of our little book here. Okay, so now that I've got my tape down, I am going to come back and just miter cut my edges. And by mitering, all I'm doing is where I've folded here and folded here, you get an intersection of the two, and all I do is cut right through the center of the X that's created. Alright, and now that I've got my edges mitered, I have got my tape removed, and we're going to go ahead and place this down. So I'm going to stand this up, and because my paper is thick, I'm just going to very gently and very softly lay it down, and then I'll come back in a few seconds and just make sure that it's going to stick. So here is where I'm going to be very delicate, because I don't want any cracking to occur where I have joined my two pieces of paper together. So I'm just very gently massaging this down, and I'll turn it over and I'll do the same on this side. And as you guys can see, I was able to avoid cracking. So I'm going to come back with my bone folder, smooth this out, and then I'm going to come back with my bone folder, stand this up, and just kind of square this off. And that just gives you a more professional, clean finish. I'll do the same thing on this side, and the same thing here. So now we've got this, and what we want to do now is we want to take our liner piece and place it down. And I have a liner that measures 5 3/4 by 11 3/8, and it is going to go in just like this. But before I can put it down, I need to place glue. I'm sorry, I'm using tape. I said glue. I am using tape, as you can obviously see. Okay guys, so my tape is down, and all I'm doing is placing glue along my liner. And again, my liner measures 11 3/8 by 5 3/4. And I get a lot of questions on the glue that I'm using. I use Reptile glue. I love it. It's the only glue that I use when I'm using a wet glue. And this glue is in the description box. So if you're interested in knowing how to get it, it is in the description box. So please check that out. So I am going to take my liner piece, place it down just like this, and then I'll come back with my paper towel first, and I'm going to use my paper towel just to move that glue around. And then I'll come back with my bone folder to start applying the pressure, because I want this to be nice and smooth and nothing coming undone. So then when I think I'm getting it to the point where I can start folding this, and then I'll do this on the other side, and I'll fold it just like that. You want to make sure that everything is nice and tight in your book. So we have got our book done, so we're going to set this to the side because we don't need to work with it anymore right now. And now what we're going to do is we are going to make the inserts. We've got 2 of them in this book, and we're going to make our inserts. So I am going to bring in my scoreboard, and I have 2 pieces of paper that measure 9 by 9.5. And on the 9.5 inch side, I am going to score this at 4.5 I'm doing very good scores, and then at 5. And then I'm going to turn it on the 9-inch side, and I'm going to score this at 1/2 inch. And then I'll score it at 8. I'll do the same thing to the other one. So then what we're going to do is we're going to fold and burnish all scores on both pieces of paper. So once we've gotten both pieces folded and burnished on all of our scores, we are going to come back to this 1-inch flap here, and we're going to glue it down. And the reason why I do this is because it just gives me some stability at the top, and my top piece of my little booklet won't get ragged. So I am just going to bring in my paper towel, get that stuck down, and then I'll come back with my bone folder and get it stuck down, and I'll do this on both. And then once you've gotten your 1-inch fold down, you're just going to come back and make sure that everything is nicely reinforced. And then we're going to bring this up. We're not going to glue this down. We're simply going to come back, and I am going to cut out a little V. So I'm cutting on this piece right here in the middle, and I just cut a V on one side, and then I'll cut a V on the other side. And then I'm going to take this and just fold it up, because this is going to be covered. So I'm going to take my glue bring this up, and I'll get this stuck down. And this just helps to make sure that our edges at the bottom stay nice and pretty. But just make sure you get it straighter than I just got that one, because you want it lined up so that when you fold it, everything folds nice and neat. So you want to make sure that your fold line here just goes straight through there. And then once we've got it the way that we want it, again, we're going to come back and just fold it to get it nice and neat. And then here comes a point of personal preference. For me, when I put these down, I like to glue right here on the edge, but you don't have to do that. You can leave it just the way that it is. But before we do anything, we have got these liner pieces that we are going to place down, and that's going to help cover what we just folded up. So I am going to take some glue. You can use tape, but for the sake of speed, I am going to take some glue and place this down. And I am going to bring it right over here, because the beauty of this is when we bring up that pocket, it hides a lot. So we've got one beautiful liner piece down, and we're going to bring this up and we're going to fold it. And I'm going to glue mine, but I'm going to go ahead and do my other side. Okay, so I have this done, and what I want to do is I am going to actually take a little bit of glue and just run it along here, and I'm going to get that closed. And the mats that I'm placing, they measure 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to do the same thing over here. I am going to run glue just like this, and I'll bring this up just like this, get this nice and stuck, and we have got a great little pocket that we can now tuck items in. So there, we've got one of our inserts done. Alright guys, so both of our little inserts are done, and they're looking pretty good. So what I did was, to save me some time, instead of gluing all of these, I just ran them through my Xyron. And all I'm going to do is take the same liners that I used on the inside. So these measure 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. And I'm simply going to place them down here. Come back with my bone folder and get this nice and stuck down. And now we have the makings of a book. So the way that this works is we have got these two cute little booklets, and they're basically just inserts. And here's what happens. So we have a spine here that's 1.5 inches wide. We've got two booklets that are 1 inch wide each. These booklets are going to sit on both sides of that spine, and we'll have space in the middle. And you'll see what I mean in just a minute. So when you're putting your booklet in, make sure your pockets are going in the right direction. I can't tell you guys the number of times I have put my book down only to realize you have your pocket in upside down. So my pocket is going in the right direction. I am going to take this, and right here on the inside edge of my spine, I am going to center this. And I'm centering it so that it's even at the top and it's even at the bottom, and then it's not hanging over the spine. And this is the only part that really takes a little bit of time, because you're going to have to nurse this until it dries. And all I do is I come back in with my bone folder, and I'm going to get this nice and stuck, and then I'm going to look at it this way because I want to make sure that it's straight, because while my glue is a little bit wet, if I don't feel as though it's straight enough, I can move it and I can fix it. When it dries, I can't. So I'm going to come in at the bottom. I'm going to come back over to the top. And because you're using a strong adhesive, your book is pretty stable. I have made these this way forever, and my books stay put. I just happen to be using a different glue this time than I was when I used to make these. But as long as you've got a good glue, you're going to have a very beautiful book. So once you think that's dry enough, then I'm going to lay it down. I'm going to come back in, and don't worry about this because we're going to fix that. I'm going to bring this, I'm going to pick it up, and then I want to fold it over just like this, and I'm going to make sure I've got that glue worked in. And I do. So then I'm going to pick this piece up, and I'm going to turn it this way because it's easier for me to work in this direction. And I'm going to very gently lay it down. Come back with my bone folder and get this stuck down. And there, guys, we've already got one of these little things done. And this is how easy it is to make a mini album. It does not have to be complicated. So we're going to go ahead and put the second one in, and I'm going to bend this back just a little bit. I'm going to take my glue, and when I'm putting my glue down, I'm going down the middle of the spine because the glue is going to spread out, but I don't want it on the edges. I want it coming down the middle. I'm going to make sure I've got my pockets going in the right direction. I'm going to take this one, and this time I'll be coming on the inside of the spine part here, but I want to make sure that I am lining it up to match where I've got the other one placed. So I want them to be as even as possible. And they look pretty good. So I'm going to slide this over just a little bit. Then I'm going to turn this around so that I can look at it and I can check to see if they're even. And if I think they are, and I do think they are, then I'm just going to start working it down and getting that glue stuck down to that paper. Just like this. So I'm just going to hold this for a minute, making sure that everything is going to stay nice and neat. I'll turn it around just a little bit. Come in with my bone folder. Get this nice and stuck. Then I'm going to let this fall, and I'm very gently going to lay this down so that I can come back and just work that down. And I tore that a little bit, but don't worry about it because it's going to be covered. I'm just going to go ahead and pull it off because there's going to be a pocket there anyway, so that's not going to matter. And that's one of the ways that we can fix our mistakes in crafting. We just cover it up. As long as you're covering it up in a professional way, no one will ever know. And then you can definitely take pride in selling it because it's not a defect that is going to mess with the integrity of your project. All right, so we've got our pages in. And guys, wasn't that simple on how we do this? It doesn't get any easier than this because now we have a mini album and we get to have the fun of decorating this. So I am going to show you guys what I did. Okay, so then what I have for my book is I made some mats, and it's not necessary for you guys to do this. You can decorate your book however you want, but I did go ahead and, you know, pre-mat some white pieces of paper. And so what I did was I took a piece of colored paper that measures 4 by 3 1/4, and then I have a piece of plain white paper that measures 3 3/4 by 3 1/2, and I just mounted it just like that. And you can make as many of these as you want or as little as you want. You don't have to have them throughout the whole book. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the mats, and I want it to be right inside of this front page. So I am simply going to take my glue, and I'm going to put this in at an angle because I just don't want it to be straight. And just like that, we've got a cute little mat. Okay, so then I took this little nutcracker here and just placed him right here in the corner, and he's going to hold a mat. But before I actually start placing the mats inside, I have these wonderful stickers that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I am going to take them and just dress up my mats very simply. Nothing over the top, just a simple little decoration. So then when I tuck this mat in here just like this, it's cute. That is so cute. And then on this one, I can actually come across with this cute little sticker here that says "Be Merry and Bright" right there at the bottom. So already we're decorating this cute little book. So then I'll come to the other page and I place a sticker here. And then I'm going to take one of these stickers and I want to place it right here because that adds some interest to this page. On this one, I'm going to take this cute little joy sticker and just place it right up there. And then on this page, these two pages, I'm going to decorate them in just a minute. But I want to go ahead and come to this one because I am going to take these little stickers here and I'm going to place 2 here just like this. So I'm just going to bring in a mixture of stickers, and that's how I decorate. So I am going to come in with these cute little stickers that I got from Hobby Lobby as well, and I am going to place them at the top of each page so that when the tag is taken out, you still have a cuteness there to look at. And then I think what I'll do on this tag, it really is up to you what you would want to put on these tags. So some of them will be used for journaling. Some will be used for photos. So on this one, I'm putting it in there, and it could be a journaling tag. On this one, I am going to come back and grab this sweet little Christmas tree and place it right here at the top, but close to the side. Perfect for a little photo. And then I'll come over to the back, and here in the back I am just going to place this wonderful wishing you a Merry Christmas little sticker. And then I'm going to come back, and I want to put a flower at the top and a flower at the bottom. So I'll bring in my glue, and I'm going to place that just like that. And how you choose to decorate really is up to you. I mean, just go with whatever feels right and what looks pretty to you. So I'm going to come back with another one of these mats, and I am simply going to place that on the back just like this. So let me take this and place it. So then I'm going to come in with a little flower. I was going to put a pocket there, but I don't think so. I think I have enough pockets. And I am going to just tuck that flower right there. And then I'm going to bring in this little sticker, and I'm going to come across the top with it, and it says, "All I Want for Christmas." So I'm going to put that right up there. And you can see how this little book is just coming together. It's really cute, and it's so simple and so easy to make. It's all in how you want to decorate it, what you want to do with it. So I am going to come back, and now I want to place just some real centerpieces here. So I will be right back. Okay, and on the inside, what I'm going to do is just take these beautiful little cut aparts and just mount them to some pieces of coordinating paper. And I can't say it enough, there is no right or wrong way to how you want to decorate. It's completely up to you. If you like it, then it's right. Because I'm doing it doesn't mean that you have to do it. It's not required. It's just all in what we individually like. So I'm going to place that just like that. And now we've got this beautiful center page. When we open this up, this is what we see. So now we get to continue decorating the rest of this wonderful, wonderful little book. So I'm going to come back with my stickers, and I am going to place one right here that says Happy Holidays. I think I'll take this cute little Santa and just pop him up right here. And that'll go in just like that. And then on this side, little snow globe. And I'm just going to put that right there so that when the mat is taken out, you have something really pretty in its place. So we've got our book is almost done. We've got this page. We can decorate it however we want. We've got this page, this page, this page, this one, and let's put something here. Because I love the thought of Noel. I'm going to just drop that in place. Straighten it out first. Still don't think it's straight. So we've got that. We've got this, this, and this. So now we finish off the front, and our little book is complete. So then to finish off our book, I have this little joy ornament that I got from Hobby Lobby. Ornaments and Christmas items are on sale this week for 40% off. So I wanted something like this for the front of a book. So I went in, bought a couple, and all I've done is added some glue to the back, and I'm just helping it to stay down and stay dry because this ornament is a little bit heavy, but it is just so pretty. So pretty, guys. And as you can see, making this album is very simple. The time-consuming part is picking out your embellishments and then of course making all of your mats, but the actual construction of the album could not be easier. So I know that you guys are going to have a ball making some of these, and I'm going to bring them both in so you can see just how cute they are. They both have their own unique little look, but they're both just super cute. And you've got these mats. You can put pictures on the back, pictures in the front. You can write and journal, and then you've got these beautiful little pages here. And then we just keep going, and the cuteness does not end. Very beautiful, very simple, and so easy to make. So guys, I know that some of you are going to want to make albums that might have more inserts than the two I've shown here. And what I'm going to do this afternoon is I'm going to put out another video that shows you how to increase the spine in order to add more inserts. So I hope that you guys have liked this project, and if you have, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join my online crafting family. Y'all have a great day, happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.